Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the game between Geelong and Port Adelaide, which was at Adelaide Oval yesterday afternoon, and Geelong prevailing very comfortably with a very nice 76-point win over Port. And yeah, what was a very comprehensive performance by the Cats, particularly after half-time. It was, yeah, a bit of an eyesore in the first half. It wasn't super pretty. The conditions were pretty sluggish and certainly not one you want to watch on replay, the first half anyway. The second half is where most of the damage did get done. But, yeah, early days, it was, yeah, there wasn't much scoring going on. There was lots of, I suppose possession chains in between the 50-metre arcs, and ball movement and ball handling wasn't particularly super well-grounded from the players. There was carnage from the injury front for both sides. We saw Horne-Francis go out early with a hamstring, and then, yeah, everyone was going off with hamstrings. So Lockie Jones also got one. Then we had Paddy go off with one. Jack Bowes came off with one as well. So I can't think of a game where four blokes have done hamstrings in such quick succession. So that's quite an anomaly. Clearly, it's getting colder and more difficult in those conditions for the body to hold up. But yeah, it was a lot of carnage on personnel. But yeah, what a game! What a performance by the Cats. The forward half pressure was back to some of its better form. I can't say Port Adelaide really made us work too hard for it after half-time. I think, yeah, it was pretty well uncontested from our perspective, and it was kind of like the qualifying final where, yeah, it was an uncontested... Oh, sorry, it wasn't a high-contested, high-pressure sort of game. Port's pressure, yeah, probably wasn't right up there after half-time, and particularly in the first half, they had a good crack at it. It was pretty close, as you can see there. So, yeah, it was difficult to get scoreboard pressure on early days, and then we went to work in the second half. Started to dry up a bit, it seemed, and then we got to work, and our high half forwards were getting involved much more than they potentially have been of recent times. It's been a little bit quiet, but they got back to some better touch, I felt, throughout the game. Our work on the outside was really good, and yeah, the quick ball movement off half-back caught Port off guard. Our pressure was immense, and I'm very impressed with the way that we pressured Port and caused a lot of turnover in the corridor of the ground, and also especially I felt in our front half, where that's the easiest place to score. So it's the best place to turn the ball over, I felt, and we kept doing that, and yeah, the bleeding all started. And then we were able to cash in big time on the scoreboard, and I think it's evident that I don't know about give up, but yeah, Port definitely didn't try to. There wasn't too much resistance there from what I saw and observed. And I felt they've had a few big losses this year. Lost by 90 points. I'm trying to remember who that was against. They lost by 90. I think it was against the Pies, and then the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, that one was in Ballarat, but I don't think they've beaten like this at home outside of this game in the qualifying final, for a long, long time. So they're in an interesting state of where Port Adelaide are at specifically. But again, I won't focus too much on where they're sort of at. They again had some injury woes as well. But yeah, from a team perspective, system perspective, it all hummed pretty well for the Cats, and yeah, just that punish off turnover that we're able to apply to Port. Finishing off our work was pretty good. 17 goals, 13 is not too bad in those wet conditions. I mean, it's better than 14, 17 or whatever we kicked against the Giants last week. So yeah, better kicking boots on, had better sort of looks at goal, and converted our chances really well, I thought, throughout the afternoon. But yeah, just a all-round workman-like performance, but some class right at the very end to get the finishing touches and get the scoreboard ticking over. So I think what happened last week, again, Jack Henry helps. Like, it was great to see him back. We'll talk about Jack Henry a bit later. Was we got a big score last week, but the Giants also kicked 100 points, and for this time to be able to restrict Port to under 40 points, quite incredible. And then also ourselves be able to kick nearly 120 points ourselves. So our ability to score is, it's there to see. How well we can restrict opposition's going to determine how we're going to, I guess, fancy ourselves. If we're good enough to, make the 8, and if we want to make the 4, what that looks like. It's going to be tough to make the top 4 as it is every year. But we were 5-4 in 2022, and good things happened. We were 5-4 leading into this game. It was a bit of a 50-50 game, going into thinking it was going to be close, but expecting Geelong to win. But again, did well to get the result, and even better when you get a bit of a percentage booster on top of all that. All right, looking at the numbers, Port a little bit more of the ball, but not a lot more of the ball. We kept them to 43 inside 50, so again, if restricting the opposition is a big part of that. Kept the Giants, I think, 46 last week, but they just nearly scored every time they went in, so it was polar opposites this time, as we'll see in the efficiencies shortly. Nearly 60 inside 50s ourselves, so we gave ourselves plenty of looks, plenty of supply. That plays a big part. And really good efficiency, all considering the conditions. So, we did use the ball well. We got the overlap handball going. We got, some good uncontested marks with just moving the ball forward imperfectly. Efficiency inside 50, ours is usually, really good. More often than not, it's at 50%, north of 50%. And we kept Port, guessing with only that 30% sort of mark. Relatively even in the free kicks and the hit-outs. Clearances, though, really, really good for us. Very impressed with that number. Plus 13 is a domination in what is considered a strength for Port normally. But they were off. They were basically off of this game. 8 centre clearances to 12, so the Cats had more looks at the centre clearance game. I think early Port had a bit more going, but as the game transpired, we were able to keep that going in Geelong's favour. Plus 9 in the stoppage game around the ground clearances. Contested ball, won by plus 10, so great in the contest for the Cats. And plus 16 on the outside for Port Adelaide. From a turnover perspective, Port turned over a little bit more than we did. Quite a high marking game, all considering the conditions that were apparent. I don't think Port kicked a lot sideways and backwards and weren't in super dangerous spots. 107 is really good with the way we went about it. And this is really positive signs as well. 16 marks inside 50 to 5. Restricting a team to 5's a crazy good effort. Port got a few more contested marks, plus 4. And Geelong led for most of the match too, most importantly. Time in front's a really good stat. It just shows which team was probably more deserving of the win. And it stings when the time in front's like less than 30 seconds or a minute. You go, come on, we lost it in the last minute. All right. And out-tackled Port as well. So again, the disposal was just about even, but out-tackled them as well. So our work rate was great. Very, very positive. Tackles inside 50 plus 8. So our forward pressure was a real feature throughout the contest. And we're able to make them pay full price more often than not. Quite high number of bounces considering the dewy conditions. 1% is Port's favour. The votes are really hard though. Really, there was so many good players, and that's, I think, when you win by 76 points, there's going to be a few good players. 3 votes. Jay Cameron, 7 goals on the board. Out of the 16 disposals, 8 marks, couple of tackles, got a clearance for his fine work there. This is what we've been waiting for. We know he can do it. I reckon he can kick 5 or 6 every week if he played 100% capacity, and he doesn't always get the opportunity to be able to do that. And I don't know if Paddy going off helped Cameron be a bit more of a presence up forward. Not sure. I don't know. I'm not going to be a conspiracy theorist just yet. But this is the game we've been waiting for. We know he can do it. We know he's capable of doing it even semi-regularly as well. So, it was a real feature to see. If you kick 7, it's like kicking 12 or 13 in the modern game, considering how defences are now set up. But he was absolutely outstanding, I felt, and deserving of the 3 votes. Bailey Smith, 2 votes. He had the 30 disposals, took the 8 marks as well. lots of run and carry, 5 tackles as well, 7 clearances, 700 metres gained, 2 goal assists. He was phenomenal. He was absolutely brilliant and, proving to be an amazing pickup for us. What a season he's had to date and continues to have in Smokey Brownlow form. So we'll see how that all pans out. The one vote is so hard because I could probably give it to 5 or 6 players. I'm going to go, because he's been able to back it up, going to go O'Sheen, Mullen, 1 vote. Now, he must be going, where on earth is he? He's right here. And he gets 8 possessions every week, but the 7 tackles, and he kept Zach Butters to 20 disposals, and he only had the 6 kicks and 3 clearances himself. Butters is one of those players where he will slice you up, and he can be the reason that you lose. Geelong went in with a plan to minimise that risk, and it paid off handsome dividends. And this is also off the back of the amazing game he had on Nick Dacos. I don't think I gave Mullen a vote for that game. But, he's been a bit of a whipping boy at times from, particular Geelong supporters. But, he's proving to be super disciplined with that role and playing really well for us. So, outstanding work from O'Sheen. Just stuck to the task all day, no matter what. Going through the rest of the list, there's so many good players, and O'Connor played one of his all-time games, and he doesn't get a vote. 28 disposals, 11 marks, 800 metres gained. He was incredible. Played super for us. He was everywhere. Blitzarves was really good again, had the 16 disposals, played a fair bit in the ruck, 5 marks, 17 hit-outs, had the 5 clearances as well. Just does his job every week. Dempsey was crazy. He must have not been wearing any deodorant in the third term because no one went near him. He had the 2 goals, 24 disposals, 5 marks, also had a clearance, 400 metres gained. Yeah, he was dynamic. He almost would have had 5 or 6 next to his name. And we potentially could have piled on even more, but he was, absolutely astonishing when we were having a good crack in that third term. Grind got a fair bit of the ball, had the 27 disposals, took the 6 marks as well, goal assist, not too far off the 400 metres gain. Yeah, he was involved from half back up to half forward, delivering the ball very nicely for us, cutting the angles as he does every week. I thought Atkins was brilliant. Kicked a goal. He set up 3 goals himself. He had the 23 disposals, had the 5 tackles as well, a couple of marks, 8 clearances. Yeah, he was dynamic and I don't know how he didn't get a vote, to be honest, but I just had to give O'Sheen some credit. I mean, sometimes the vote getters can be the crew that get all the goals and the possessions, but sometimes just about, just cutting it off at the source. I thought Atkins was, outstanding. He played some of his best footy at Adelaide Oval. I remember in the 2022 game where I don't even know if we had Paddy out there, but Atkins just played an all-time last quarter, and he was just not going to go home without the 4 points. It was amazing that night, and he was very good yet again. Played a brilliant game. Maxie Holmes had the 22 disposals, had the 6 clearances, 5 marks as well, a couple of tackles, almost the 500 metres gain for Max. Just did what Max does. He was able to get plenty of the ball and give our half forwards and deep forwards some good supply with his ball use. Lawes ended up with a goal. He had the 19 disposals as well. It was good to see Lawes back. Took the 5 marks as well. A couple of tackles, clearance. What a difference he makes, sort of mopping up the mess in the back line when it's a dirty ball on the ground. He's able to find his feet there. Snapped a nice goal when we really needed it as well. Sean Manor is just keeping on. He kicked a goal. He had the 21 disposals as well. 4 marks, a couple of tackles as well. 6 clearances. He's a clearance machine, a clearance beast. Keep him in there, I reckon. And he also set up a goal. So, he's my second favourite player, just off the record there, or on record there. Just love his appetite for the contest. He cracks in really hard and a classy player. Scratcher kicked a goal, had the 11 disposals, took the 5 marks as well, played a fair bit of ruck as well with the 17 hit-outs, 3 tackles, also set up a goal. Getting back to some better form, improving slowly but surely. Hoping to see the best of Shannon in games to come. Zach Guthrie had the 21 disposals. He also took the 7 marks. Rock solid in D50. A little bit of a tough one played against him, which went to Georgiades, I think in that third or last quarter. But he plays so well each and every week. Over to Brad Close, who kicked a goal. He had the 15 possessions and 5 marks, tackle, 3 goal assists. He was on fire. He was almost deserving of a vote as well. Back in his home state in South Australia, especially early days when the whips were cracking, I thought, he just worked and worked. He was incredible to watch. So, he played a great game, I felt. Ollie Henry got a bit more of the ball. He's got over 10. Kicked 1 goal, 12 touches, 3 marks, 4 tackles. Just starting to find a little bit of confidence. He missed a pretty bad shot at goal, but I think outside of that, getting more to what we know Ollie can do. I gave O'Sheen some praises there earlier with the votes. Jed Buse had the 13 disposals, 7 marks as well. Again, just finding his way into this side, playing his role. Doing a good job for us. Over to Mitchie D, game 299. I think he's just about on the 300. The 15 disposals, 3 marks, a couple of clearances as well. Set up a goal. He came on probably a bit earlier than expected. I think with Paddy going off, and then Jackie Bowes went off not long after that. But used the ball nicely for us moving forward. Sam DeConing played well. He had the 10 possessions, 5 marks, just pretty reliable for us. I didn't recall too many contests where things fell over, and that's what happens when you have Jack Henry back in the side, which we'll get to very shortly. Stengel kicked a nice goal. He nearly had a second, just wouldn't quite sit for him. Had the 12 disposals, took a mark as well. A couple of clearances as well for his fine work, and also laid a tackle. Slowly getting back to some better form. Yet to see the best of him, but we know that will come with time. Jack Henry was really good. Good to see him back. 7 disposals, 6 marks. He doesn't drop anything. He knows how to work the body well, and just very rarely gets beaten one-on-one. Jack Bowes did not play much because he did a hamstring, but he kicked a goal with the time on ground. He did have 5 disposals, 3 tackles. Seems like it's a nasty-ish one, so we'll see how that plays out. But, unfortunate for Jack, but we'll see what the prognosis is there. And, I suppose he'll get back when he's fit and firing. Connor O'Sullivan had the 5 disposals. He took the 3 marks and did a tackle. Didn't get much of it. I don't think Finlayson or Georgiades got too off the rails. So, didn't get super involved with it from the ball perspective, but that's all right. It's good to have Jack back there to help and guide. P. Dangerfield didn't get the 3 votes this week, but he got the 3 disposals with the time on ground. He did have in a quarter, a couple of tackles. Didn't quite get involved in the game and probably was getting a bit tired, to be fair. So I suspect maybe if we're in a slightly better win-loss position or ratio, we might have been able to rest him either last week, this week, or the week after, because we've got a 5-day break going into the Dogs. So I'm not quite sure when they were planning to rest him. Maybe it was after the Dogs game. Not sure. But either way, hindsight is always 20/20. So that is a wrap of the game. We'll have a bit of a look at next week. And as I mentioned, off the 5-day break there, we've got the Western Bulldogs in Geelong. It wasn't pretty last time. It was a yucky affair on the scoreboard, as well as, just general conditions did not suit us. The Dogs absolutely bashed us up in the clearance game, and they were in that patch. I think they were beating Sydney and Sydney, Geelong and Geelong, and they were beating everybody. We got them in gather round, but that was in Adelaide Oval by 4 points, and then we had most of our best players resting up for the round 24 game against the Dogs in 2023, so they won that game as well. It took them a fair while to get get on the bike, but they did take it away from us in the last quarter. So the Dogs have won the last 2 against us. I really don't know how to gauge or sort of read this one and sort of see how it will pan out. But I'm almost thinking the Dogs are just in such amazing form, and we're a bit hot and cold. I know it is in Geelong, but it hasn't been super dangerous there against sides that are maybe in the top 4. That's not to say we can't beat good sides at home, but of late. Although, sides that are right up in the premiership contention can win anywhere, irrespective of how well you're going. So I'm probably leaning more towards the Dogs, just with yeah, just more so on what they're doing rather than what we're doing. I think we're playing well without being amazing. But yeah, it's tough to read. I think the Dogs in a close one. I hope we win though. Don't want to relive that PTSD, go on the wrong week. So yeah, interested Cats fans to see who you think is going to win on Thursday night. I'm sure I'll rock up there in some way, shape or form. So you're looking forward to the game, no doubt about that. Going to be a big one indeed. All right, that is all from me, folks. I hope you enjoyed the review. Interested to hear your thoughts and analysis on the game or anything that you took out of the game. Comment if you have some thoughts that you want to share with the wider world. Give the video a like if you enjoyed the review as well. And subscribe away so you can keep up to date with how I'm going on the AFL tipping front, as well as the Cats reviews each and every week. The good, bad, and the ugly. Beautiful. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate it. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next video.